If you're watching this, it's because you have decided to do the audiobook version for today. So before we get started, we are going to just figure out who is Malala. So we're going to be reading Malala, My Story of Standing Up for Girls' Rights. Who is Malala? Before Malala was an internationally known activist, she was simply a young girl who stood up for what she believed in. When girls in her once peaceful area of Pakistan were told they couldn't go to school, Malala risked her life for their right to be educated. Discover the remarkable true story of a young girl who refused to be silenced. In her own words, Malala shares the value of speaking out against hate and offers an inspiring message of determination and hope. We also have a few vocabulary words before we start our prologue for today. So you will have prologue vocabulary every single day in case you decide to read on your own next time. So a prologue, which is what we're reading today, is an introduction in a story. It gives an overview of the story to come. Pakistan is a country, which is right here. Right is something everyone should have. A prime minister is the leader of a country. Diane is a small truck with a cover used as a school bus. So this is the prologue for today. To those children all over the world who have no access to education, to those teachers who bravely continue teaching, and to anyone who has fought for their basic human rights and education. That's a message from Malala. Prologue. I am Malala. When I close my eyes, I can see my bedroom. The bed is unmade because I've rushed out for school, late for an exam. On my desk, my school schedule is open to the page dated October 9, 2012. I can hear the neighborhood kids playing in the alley behind our home. I can hear my little brothers fighting over the TV remote. I can smell rice cooking as my mother works in the kitchen. Then I hear my father's deep voice calling out my nickname. Jenny, he says, which is Persian for dear one. I left my beloved home in Pakistan that morning, planning to drive back into bed when I returned from school and ended up in a world away. When I open my eyes, I'm in my new bedroom. It is in a sturdy brick house in a damp and chilly place called Birmingham, England. Here, there's hardly a sound. No children laughing and yelling. No woman downstairs chopping vegetables and gossiping with my mother. Throughout the thick walls between us, I hear someone in my family crying from home. Then my father bursts through the front door, his voice booming. Janny, he says, but there is worry in his voice, as if he fears I won't be there to reply. That is because it was not so long ago that somebody tried to hurt me simply because I was speaking out about my right to go to school. That day in October 2012 was an ordinary day. I was 15 in grade 9, and I had overslept because I stayed up far too late the night before studying for my exam. My mother gently shook my shoulder. Wake up, Pincho, she said, calling me kitten in Pashto, the language spoken by my family's tribe. The Pashtun. It's 7:30 and you're late for school. I said a quick prayer to God. If it is your will, Allah, may I please come in first on the exam. Oh, and thank you for all my success so far. I gulped down my breakfast while my youngest brother, Atal, whined. I was getting too much extra attention for speaking publicly about girls and boys having the same right to go to school, he complained. When Malala is prime minister, someday you can be her secretary, joked my father. No, cried Atal, the little clown in the family. She will be my secretary. I raced out the door and down the lane just in time to see the school bus crammed with other girls on their way to school. I never saw my home again. That afternoon, my classmates and I stared down at our test, trying to think over the honking horns and background noises of our hometown of Mingora. By the end of the day, I was tired, but happy. I knew I had done well. I asked my friend Moniba to wait with me for the late bus so we could talk longer. We told jokes and laughed until we stepped into the diner, the open back white truck that was our Kushal school bus. Guys, and I'm gonna stop here for a second. If you notice here, it says Dinah in bold and then it has a comma. So usually when you have a comma afterwards, a word, it usually tells you the meaning of the word. So here it says, we told jokes and laughed until we stepped into the diner, comma. They stepped into the open backed white truck that was our Kosha school bus. So it's like a white truck, and on the back of the truck it's open, so they just go inside on the back of the truck. That's the school bus. As usual, our bus driver, Usman Bai Jan, had a magic trick to show us. That day, he made a pebble disappear. No matter how hard we tried, we couldn't figure out his secret. 19 girls, two teachers, and I bounced along Haji Baba Road, a mix of brightly colored rickshaws, women in flowing robes, men on scooters honking and zigzagging through the traffic. Our bus had no windows, just a yellow plastic sheet that flapped against the side. We were not more than 3 minutes from a house when the truck stopped suddenly. It was oddly quiet outside. It's so calm today, I said to Moniba. Where are all the people? I don't remember saying anything after that. Here's a story that's been told to me. Two young men in white robes stepped in front of our truck. One of them jumped onto the back and leaned under the plastic sheet. Who is Malala? He asked. No one said a word, but a few girls looked in my direction. The man raised his arm and pointed at me. Some of the girls screamed, and I squeezed Moniba's hand. Who is Malala? I am Malala, and this is my story. Okay, so tomorrow we'll read chapter 1, or you can listen to me read chapter 1. For today, we are going to go back into our slides or continue on our slides, and I want you to do this, think about it now. So I want you to click on the text box and answer the question, what do you know about Malala from the prologue? So what did you learn from me reading the book to you, or you can go back and read it to yourself. What do you wonder about her and her life? So you're answering the questions based on your knowledge that you have gained from the story so far. Once you're done, submit your work, and that's all we're doing for reading today.